Welcome to Review Factory. This is Joe for you from Review Factory, bringing you the all-new review of Transformers: Age of Extinction. If you're finding us for the first time, which is most likely the case, please do subscribe. Now you might ask why. We're not just doing reviews for movies, but also for your favorite TV shows. So to get updated on that every day or every once in a week, please do subscribe. The movie starts off millions of years ago. We're talking dinosaur time. Around this time, aliens and creators came to Earth to pay us a visit and to destroy us eventually. They did not just manage to kill all the dinosaurs at the time, they also managed to find this new element. After finding this element, they were able to create Transformers that we see and we know throughout the entire movie franchise and the cartoon franchise or toys or whatever. Millions of years later, now that they have found all the Transformers and most of them are outnumbered, I think the creators want to create more Transformers to make a better army to achieve something more. So they send their best Decepticons down to Earth to work for them and to find the seed that they left on Earth. In order to find the seed, I think they needed the help of humans for some weird reason, even though they could have found it out themselves. They were helping humans to kill Autobots because all of a sudden now we humans that Autobots are the bad people, so we need to kill them with the help of Decepticons, who even killed more people than Autobots in all the previous movies. It doesn't even make any sense. How the hell did the script get accepted by any of the producers? Does this make any sense? No. Okay, so now that they're hunting down all the Autobots with the help of Decepticons, Autobots are weak, they're outnumbered, they have no swords, they don't know where each of them are, and so is Optimus Prime. He's heavily injured, and Mark Wahlberg finds him and then he fixes him up, and then they all get together. He helps him escape from the FBI agents who wants to find Optimus Prime, saves his family, and later on, the Decepticons backstab the entire humanity after they find the seed, and eventually they're gonna freeze the entire planet with the help of the seed and create even more Transformers. So that's the point of the entire movie. So now that the Autobots are being rescued by Mark Wahlberg and they have reunited, they're planning on to fight again. They eventually save the day. Everything goes well. So the movie finally ends off after almost 3 hours of Michael Bayism. That's basically the entire story of the Transformers 4. So the movie finally ends off, and there's this great quote from Optimus Prime, which is going to get your hopes up so high, you're gonna think that the next Transformers movie is going to be great. But it's not going to be great. It's going to be even worse. It's going to be even worse than what you have seen in this series so far. The only way the next movie is going to be great if they give it a clean reboot or a better director than this and make a sequel for this movie. I would still want to see a reboot for this entire franchise though, because that's how bad things have gotten in this franchise, and I don't think anyone would want to see more Transformers after this one. So it was really hard for me to find some positives of this movie because it was such a bad movie. But you know what? I eventually did. And the first one, you might already know what it is. It's pretty obvious. It's Mark Wahlberg. He was the favorite part of the movie according to me. One of the favorite part of the movie according to me. But you might have a different opinion, and it's totally acceptable. I think he's the best part of the movie for what he did. He did a fantastic job with whatever the hell Michael Bay gave him. The movie could have been better. It had a great script, and Michael Bay had to screw it all up as usual. So if the movie was directed by a better director, perhaps Christopher Nolan maybe. I'm saying Christopher Nolan because he did an amazing job of making Batman again after the entire series had a declining part in the late 90s when the George Clooney Batman came out. I didn't even want to mention the name of the movie because that's how bad the movie was. So let's talk about Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg had an amazing chemistry between all the characters in this movie. He had a great chemistry with Tessa, his daughter, great chemistry with Optimus Prime. I mean, no offense, Shia LaBeouf was probably the best part of other Transformers movies, but I think it really worked out when they wanted to kick Shia LaBeouf out, and I don't think he wanted to play the role for that long either after being poorly received by the critics, even though the movie was a huge hit in the box office. Stanley Tucci. I mean, it doesn't matter how bad the movie gets or how bad the movie is, Stanley Tucci just makes you forget it all. He could have did better, as I said before, if the director was different. Same applies to a lot of characters. Tessa. Tessa is basically Mark Wahlberg character's daughter. She was hot. But that's not gonna bring the movie up. That's not going to be a positive. Just because she is good looking, it doesn't mean the movie is good. I mean, she's a really good looking chick in a really bad movie for the second time. But her acting wasn't that good. I mean, I still think she did a great job in Bates Motel in both these big budget movies. She did better in Bates Motel than she did in Transformers 4 and in The Last Airbender. Let's look at the negative aspects of this movie. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. There is so many negative stuff about this movie that I just want to keep talking. This review won't be enough for that. So I'm going to shorten up a bit and begin it with the Michael Bay direction. His direction was horrible as anything on this planet, or even worse, because the direction was so bad. At one part of the movie, I just wanted to get off the seat and go home and just sleep all day long. That's how bad the movie was. That's how bad the direction was. One of the most things that I wasn't able to forget about this movie as a bad thing was the special effects. I walked into this movie wanting to see more and better visual effects. Because when you walked into Pacific Rim and you were watching that movie, the descriptive details of the robots that were fighting on the big screen was tremendous, was great. Even the kaijus were represented in such a good way. You were able to feel it like they were right there on the screen when you watch it on 3D or IMAX or even in 2D. And I wasn't able to feel it in this movie. I really felt like visual effects in this movie was more bad than in any of the other Transformers movie. I watched it on 3D. I don't think it's healthy to watch this movie on 3D. It really got my eyes burned. And I was crying walking out of this movie. Not that the movie was so good that I just wanted to cry. The movie was so bad, I wanted to cry, number one. Number two, the 3D was also bad. If you're looking to watch this movie, please don't watch it on 3D. Maybe watch it on 2D. Only if you're a big Michael Bay fan and a Transformer fan, you might want to check it out in those forms, but not in 3D. Maybe in IMAX. Optimus Prime and Dinobots. That you want Optimus Prime to be so badass in this movie, but he isn't, because he's really badly injured. And you don't get to see him as the usual badass. He's more of that character who wants to save people, so he's trying so hard to do whatever the hell he wants to do. And it's still cool to watch that, but I would want to see him as the ultimate badass, as described in the previous stories of Transformers. And Dinobots. I want to see more of Dinobots than just being used as a gig for the Transformers to ride. Jokes in this movie were so bad. There were so many jokes in this movie that I thought were the Michael Bay kind of jokes that nobody ever even laughed. I looked around at one point for a joke where I thought maybe people will laugh for this. I don't know. I don't feel like laughing. Maybe the people will laugh for this. I'm looking around and I see it in people's eyes. They're just sitting there wanting the movie to end so they could just walk out. I mean, the only reason I think people just stayed for this movie is because of the fact that they paid. I don't want to waste it. I mean, it's pretty entertaining to watch the Transformers fight. I mean, that right there isn't gonna bring the movie up. And that might have been the case if it was a better director. And it's such a horrible director filling the movie with explosions. And who the hell wants to see that for a whole 3 hours? Who would want to pay for that crap except us? I really felt bad for paying for this movie, man. I just feel like I should just sneak into the theater and watch this movie just to make a review for this movie. That's how bad it was. So having said how bad the movie is throughout this entire review, and you still want to watch this movie, please do not watch it on 3D. I'm saying this because I watched it on 3D and it was so bad that tears came out of my eyes. I mean, yes, I wanted to cry because the movie was so bad and I had to sit there for almost 3 hours without saying anything about the movie. It was so bad. I just wanted to get off my seat and it's like, what the hell is wrong with you, Michael Bay? But I wasn't able to do that. So you still want to watch this movie, please don't watch it on 3D, but maybe just watch it on 2D. 2D is much better, and you want to watch it on IMAX. I haven't checked it out on IMAX, but it will be better than 3D. And only do this if you're a big Transformers fan and you want to see Dinobots in the big screen. It's still gonna be disappointing if you're looking up to the Dinobot part of this movie, because there aren't that many Dinobot action in this movie as much as you want it to be. Having said how bad the movie is, I give this movie a D-. Now, if you like my review for Transformers Age of Extinction and you want to see more of these videos, please do subscribe to our channel.